Wait, good morning. I don't know why you're laughing early in the morning. She's just in a rare mood, everyone. Anyway, before we get started, guys, let's hear from one of our sponsors. Let's hear from Tim from Family First Home Inspection.
Hi, my name is Tim McKean, Family First Home Inspections. I've been doing inspections in the Valley for about 17 years. My inspection reports are very user-friendly, very easy to read, easy to understand. And the best part is I email my reports usually within an hour of completing the inspection. I also can order a termite inspection for you, and as an added bonus, I can order a free roof inspection done by a roofing company. My number is 480-577-5501, or you can email me at the address below. Thanks. Have a great day.
All right. Good morning. I'm excited about today's topic. It's one of those things that I think is so powerful that if you're listening, I would stay on for this whole thing. I would.
Absolutely.
I'm stuck here anyway, so you might as well be too. Anyway, this week, we're understanding the core differences between a growth and a fixed mindset is so important. It's so important to every aspect of your life. That's how important it is. We believe that when we see growth mindset examples that stretch beyond learning new things, you can hear a lot of this stuff today, you will actually see what it means to be successful in every aspect, in every part of your life. I think this is one of our core foundational things to growth. And we're going to be going over some pretty cool stuff that's going to help you, take your whole life to the next level. So this week on MidWeek MindFreak, we're going to be talking about growth mindsets and examples that you're going to be able to apply to your life.
Chuck and Angela run multiple million-dollar companies. They are members of Riz Media's Billionaire Club, have coached and mentored thousands of agents, and are international speakers. They say by radically changing your mindset, not only can you change your outlook on life, but affect the actual results you obtain. Welcome to MidWeek MindFreak.
Well, good morning, guys. We're back here today with a really powerful message. Like I said, if you're just joining us, stick on for this whole thing. There's going to be some really, really good content. Not like every other time we have crappy content.
No, we always have good content.
Really good content.
This is really good.
So stick with this. So before jumping into more details about growth mindset examples, I think it's going to make sense to discuss what mindset are there? What is the two distinct mindsets and the differences between them? So you have a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. Those that have fixed mindsets really believe that everything from your traits, your talents, your intelligence is fixed. Basically, you were born with it. And I used to believe a lot of that was true, that, hey, you're born in this and you could only get so far out of life in certain areas. Here's what I mean by that. Like someone said, could you become an opera singer if you weren't gifted with a great voice? No, I don't know a lot about singing, but I don't know if you could be trained to sing well. I don't know.
I agree that's true. And the problem is people apply that same idea over everything in their life. And that's where you make a mistake.
But then you get people that say, okay, let's just say I'm 5 feet 6 inches, but I want to be a professional basketball player. Would you say that, look, the way you were born is you're not going to be that? Is that something you would think? I'm going to challenge you right now.
No, I would say, for example, though, a 5'6", very skinny person can't be a sumo wrestler.
Okay, but could they eat enough to become a sumo wrestler?
I don't know.
But so now I believe there are certain things, but there have been professional basketball players that were that short, like a Spud Webb, or there's another one that doesn't come to my mind right away. But Now, although it's an extreme example, I do believe that for the most part, anybody can really be whatever they want. For the most part, I'm not going to say this is a 100% truth, but when you have a growth mindset, though, it believes that our skills can be developed when we devote time and effort towards them. Now, here's the key words, guys: devote time, not dabble in it. You have people who, I tried that, and I wasn't born that way. And also, I think another problem with this world that we live in are we make the mistake of raising our kids or telling people they're great when they really aren't.
They aren't. Oh, sorry.
False praise. It actually can create what I call is a false growth mindset. So kids growing up think they're so great because their parents always said, "Oh, you're so great," that they think they're growing and they're really not giving any effort. And then when the reality of the world hits them, they're like, "Shit, maybe I really do suck, and maybe this is just what I'm born with," and it gives this false impression. So what happens to those type of people is when they get in the world and they face challenges and receive criticism, what do they normally do? They become defensive and insecure. And this now stunts your growth and your growth mindset. So be very aware of that. And if you're a parent out there or your people,
no participation trophies.
Don't give false praise, guys. I think that does more harm than good.
So can we get into it? Or you go?
No, I'm not done.
I'm so
Patience,
excited.
my beautiful wife.
Okay.
So people with the growth mindsets recognizes what causes this, this negative mindset and this when you become defensive. And instead of being triggered to curl up, they use that criticism and identify what they can develop and improve. It's actually a positive thing, taking constructive criticism. So with that said, we're going to talk about some examples that we can use them to grow into.
Yeah, and be careful that you don't just quickly jump to, I have a growth mindset, I don't need this stuff, because I believe every single person.
All right,
Kristen, I could be a sumo wrestler in your mind.
Yeah, well, in our mind.
Let's try it. That sounds fun. So let's start with, everyone has closed or fixed mindsets that are hiding in part of your life. And the healthy working on your mindset is saying, I'm open enough to consider that there are areas of my life where my mindset's fixed, right? So that's why we're giving all of these different kinds of examples, because you might go, gosh, I never even thought to think about growth mindset in this situation. And I want to dive in first, that idea of how you receive criticism, because it is completely human nature when you get caught off guard, especially when criticism comes your way, or if it's not delivered so well, to become insecure and defensive. But can you imagine, and no one's going to do this perfectly, at least I've never met anyone. Can you imagine, like when you're going in to talk to your boss, or you're going in to talk to a peer or a colleague about your work, let's say that, and criticism starts to come your way. Can you imagine if you were able to be disciplined enough to remain relaxed, keep your mind open, and really seriously consider that criticism, not as someone trying to put you down, although sometimes people use criticism to put you down, but like, let's say with a peer or a boss, they're on your side. They're trying to get something accomplished. They want growth or progress or success or something. So the criticism, what if you looked at it through the lens of a growth mindset and said, I might need to hear this, because how are we going to move forward at our highest and best if we aren't willing to become our highest and best? So the way that you receive criticism can change from more of a fixed mindset to a growth mindset.
Yeah, and that's a great key word, because there are bosses out there that'll just put you down. Those are the people you don't want to work with. But like, I know when I train, and I know I could sound combative, and I know Kristen's listening. But when I do that, what I'm trying to do is challenge people to use their mind to grow. That's what I'm really doing. So let's give a little look. Holly, you're welcome. Good morning to you. Yes, we will share some great nuggets today. So anyway, mine, approaching new tasks, it doesn't have to be new tasks specifically, but what you always want to do is get out of your comfort zone. It could be a new path in your life, a new career, meeting new people, trying something new that is out of your comfort zone. Like literally be cognizant of going, that's out of my comfort zone, but I'm going to try it. And I'm going to say something stupid.
I hope you do go out of your comfort zone in this area.
So like somebody singing karaoke.
You hate karaoke.
I hate it. Look,
that's
I'm
a fixed mindset.
I don't need to learn karaoke.
That's fixed mindset.
But my point is if you feel the challenge that you don't have a growth mindset, do stuff like that. Get crazy. Whatever the case, we tend to experience anxiousness whenever we step out of our comfort zone.
Kristen's on Google right now finding out where we're going to karaoke.
And
I guarantee
so
it.
Try to do something. You can keep talking like that all you want. I'm not. I'm helping the people out there.
Because you don't need
A
it.
fixed mind. I don't need it. I don't need to sing karaoke. A fixed mindset in this scenario is convincing yourself that you can't make them happy, people happy, or doing things that maybe it'll be disastrous. At the end of the day, a growth mindset is, look, doing it anyway, regardless of the outcome. And then you know what? You start to tend to find out that you're going to go, wow, that wasn't so bad.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, you may even go, I actually enjoyed that. And that happens quite often. Even traveling, people are afraid to fly. You know what? Get out of your damn comfort zone. And you know what'll start to happen? You're going to experience things in life that you go far outweigh that fixed mindset where you go, oh my gosh, this is life changing.
Right. What if you would have denied yourself that experience?
And I'm one of them. I did that, 10 years ago. Go travel overseas. I hated flying, but you know what? Get out of your comfort zone. I'm not going to say I enjoy flying, but it doesn't cripple me anymore because I know the experience you're going to have. So that's that one.
Yeah, and I'm just going to add one more because this part is so important. You cannot assume what you will and will not like, what you will and will not be successful at, because one of my best prospecting tools as a young agent was door knocking. But if you'd have asked me before getting into real estate, hey, Angela, if you would have said, hey, Angela, you know what? One of your best prospecting methods is going to be door knocking. I'd have been like, heck no, I'm not knocking on anyone's door. But thank God I tried it because it was highly successful. Okay, so the next one I want to talk about is changing roles. I mean, like literally not just trying something new, but changing roles. Don't get afraid to do something more or different, right? So becoming, going from being a designated broker and broker owners of a company, a very drastic change was coming to EXP. And I wasn't afraid to explore that different role and reinvent what that meant for myself. It made me uncomfortable. I needed a lot of encouragement from the people around me to not, to not get too discouraged, but it was uncomfortable, but far outweighed.
I don't think that word discouraged was the right
I was
word.
Getting discouraged at first because I wasn't sure if I could do it.
Oh, okay.
Like Kristen and I had to encourage each other. Can we really do this new role that we're in? Mm-hmm. And we had to say, well, yes, you can, so it's not that you do it. You don't have any misgivings or you don't have any bumps, but my role now is so much more enjoyable than before. Thank God I wasn't willing to change roles.
Yeah. This one I think is absolutely my favorite. And I think this one people should really pay attention to. It's the eagerness to learn. Now, if you are on this call and you don't have an eagerness to learn, like a hunger, like you're hangry, seriously, I would question how much of a growth mindset you have. This prime trait is the foundation for anyone with a growth mindset. Now, do not, when I say hunger to learn, don't just think of school stuff or education. I'm talking learning everything. Be cognizant of your surroundings. Learn how people are. Learn their characteristics, DISC assessments. And yes, it does have to do with learning knowledge.
Yeah.
But I'm the type of person, I want to learn everything. I was just telling yesterday, I learned photography because I crave photography. And then I was just saying, I want to get into macro photography.
Those pictures are so cool. If you don't know what it is, Google it. Macro photography.
So it's just this craving. What this does to me, and I don't know if this does this to anybody else, it's this insatiable desire to live life and to take everything that God put here on this earth and to understand it and learn it and grow in it, and you become insatiable with it. I just like that word. The other thing too is to learn your spouse or significant other, to learn your relationship, to grow with each other.
That's fun.
It is. And you do that by asking each other questions and what they think and how they feel. And it doesn't become a chore. It becomes a craving to understand your significant other and a craving to enjoy life together. Guys, growth mindset to me is the essence of life.
That is great. Say that again. That's good.
Growth mindset is the effort. It's the want a stronger and better relationship and a better life, not just what you do on a day-to-day basis. It's to constantly just soak up this world we live in and everything it has to offer. So when I get people that have this victim mentality, they don't know that, I'm like, oh God, I don't know. And then you start to realize I can't be around those people. I want to be around people that are hungry to grow and learn and
go
build.
Deep and not say surface.
And financially get ahead of the game. So yes, that to me is the eagerness to learn is huge.
And then the next one, we talk about failure all the time, but I don't think that people really embrace this enough. Failure is great if you use it correctly. We don't want to fail all the time, but building on failure is so monumental in growth. If you can't face something that you may fail at, and you avoid it because you don't want to fail or you don't like the feeling of failure, you are missing out on the depth of experience on anything, relationships, money. I appreciate my money a lot more because of some of the ways we failed with it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So there's so many benefits to failure in the way that you look at failure, the way that you embrace it, and the way that you react to it, and then you choose to grow from it is definitely an indication of the depth of your growth mindset.
And then lastly, learning to adapt with the times. I think this is great. So I'm going to use some examples. I'm going to start with a big brand company, Nike. Nike is one of the top sports shoes companies in the world. And it's been like that for many, many years. And they have their beliefs on what the foundation of their company. It's innovation, great performance, sustainability, and customization. And the reason why Nike is a great example of a growth mindset company is because they take their values and apply them as the world moves. So, for example, people's taste in shoes change over the years. Material changes. The way their performance changes. And if they don't adapt to the way the world is and what people want, they'd be out of business. So they're a great company that shows they're constantly adapting their shoe to move in with the way the world moves. Mm-hmm. Now, I'll swing the pendulum and show you companies that do not have a growth mindset.
That's right.
Nokia is one that comes to mind. Because Nokia, when cell phones came out, was a leader in the cell phone market, but they were known to have indestructible phones. Now, as the world changes, as technology changes, does the people want something that's indestructible, or they want something that has highly technology? And so they stead in their ways with which we have an indestructible phone. And guess what winds up happening? They get put out of business by Apple, Android, and all the other big players because of their stupid fixed mindset.
Right.
Blockbuster was another one. Fixed mindset. We're successful. We don't need to change. We don't need to adapt. What happens is it puts them out of business. Quite honestly, us. You know, we have a growth mindset. When we looked at eXp Realty, our company is hugely successful. And if I would have had that, we would have had that fixed mindset like Blockbuster.
Revelation,
like,
our way, the highway.
yeah, we're going to kill it. And we're going to, you know what? Eventually, the times are going to catch up to us. Making tough moves when you're comfortable is number one, the hardest thing to do. But number two, it shows how much of a growth mindset you have, because we didn't fall prey to all the naysayers and letting other people dictate what we should or should not do with our company. Because here's the problem. Most of the naysayers, most of the people that people take advice from have fixed mindsets.
Right.
And you can get sucked into the world because you think the majority of people, what they tell you is the right path. But the sad part is their fixed mindset will cripple you as a business. I just took on an executive role at eXp as director of broker attraction strategy. What I'm getting to experience, and I know I tell you this all the time, I'm listening to people who think they have a growth mindset that are actually a fixed mindset. They're so set in their ways as broker owners, you alluded to this,
Yep.
that they think that their way is so great and they have growth mindset that they're going to get squashed.
And then you miss these huge opportunities. Right? And what do you say about the masses? Sometimes don't always follow the masses.
Don't always follow the masses. Take off the M in masses.
Sometimes the M is silent.
Sometimes the M is silent. So my point is I'm challenging you guys today. You want to have massive success in your life, whether it be financially, whether it be happiness, joy, peace in your relationships, not only with your friends, family, but significant others and your spouses. Guys, growth mindset's the answer. God has given us this gift, and I don't want people to squander it. And like I said, some people actually think they have growth mindsets when they really don't.
Yeah, if you're unsure, ask people around you. Ask people who you perceive have a huge outlook on life and huge growth mindset, and talk a little bit. We all have areas of our life where we need to work on this. It's absolutely true.
Yeah, and I'm going to go back to the example of the real estate with eXp and the role I'm playing. When people, or other recruiters are going, how did they not see it? They don't have a growth mindset. eXp surrounds themselves with like-minded people, and sometimes you have to get rid of people in your life and to grow. So moving forward, guys, growing and adapting, learning, that is what you want to do. Guys, if you're in the real estate industry and you want to be around like-minded people, growth mindset, reach out to us. We're always available to chat, talk. We love blessing people. God has truly blessed us, and we want to be a blessing. Any last words of wisdom, my beautiful wife?
Nope. Have a wonderful day, and God bless you guys.
God bless you guys.